You know all those facts that you hear about on the TV? They make you make your life choices and your decisions and your worldview is based on these facts, right? And then you get upset that the government or the media, they give you the wrong facts. You say that they're lying to me and they're just a bunch of liars. Well, what if they're not? Well, what if it's all legal and maybe even on the edge of moral, right? I can show you a perspective that makes everything that the fucking TV and the media and the politicians and all the stuff, all that they blare at you, let me make it make sense. I got on this idea because of the word fact, right? Fact, something that has actual existence, a matter of objective reality. That's the definition that we all know and love. But then I started thinking about all the useless facts in my head, like the fact that Harry Potter has a scar on his forehead. But the truth is that Harry Potter doesn't actually exist. So right there's a contradiction. There's a discrepancy between facts and truth. And then I start wondering about all the other facts that they tell us that aren't true, right? Like facts about space, facts about dinosaurs, and then facts about masks and climate change and the moon landing and 9/11 and all this stuff that I know is impossible to be true. So it had me question, what does the word fact mean? Because here's the definition, right? Something that has actual existence, a matter of objective reality. But if you can have facts about fictional things, then this definition doesn't really mean anything. It's not the way that we use the word. Do a couple more searches, you find out that it's derived from the Latin factum, right? First used in English with the meaning a thing done or performed, right? It says a meaning now obsolete. But if a fact is a thing done or performed, that actually makes more sense the way we use it. And then I found the root word for fact, right? So they say that that definition is obsolete, but the root word is 3 out of the 4 letters of fact, which has the meaning of do, make, okay? So fact means do, make, and then you add the T, and then it just means something that is objective reality. That doesn't make sense to me. So if you add this, if you add the root word and then the definition together, you get make objective reality. And who makes objective reality? Authors, right? That's why you could have facts about a fictional story. The facts are always up to the author or the authority. So then I took that newly formed definition of make objective reality and I looked up legal fiction. We are living in a legal fiction. All commerce, all law, that's all legal fiction. Even your name is a legal fiction. You are not your name. Your name is a trust opened up that you are the beneficiary of, but treated like the trustee. So here, a legal fiction, an assertion accepted as true, though probably fictitious, to achieve a particular goal in a legal matter. Then you look up what legal matter means, what legal means, and legal means the undoing of God's law. According to the 1893 Dictionary of Arts and Sciences and General Literature, the R.S. Peale Ninth Encyclopedia Britannica, the word legal means the undoing of God's law. In the legal system, many terms are used to trick you to agree to be a legal person, which is an artificial person, also known as a corporation. A corporation artificial person is a dead entity that has no natural rights. So if we live in a legal fiction and the word legal means the undoing of God's law, how does that change your perspective on the information that you receive? Now remember, the information that I'm giving you isn't special. These are just Google searches. You understand? It's not like this information isn't out there. Sure, it's not taught to us, but if you're expecting the public realm to tell you the truth, then you're the fool, right? And I expected the public realm to tell me the truth my whole life, which made me the fool. which makes me know that I need to learn something. I'm the one who needs to elevate. The public realm doesn't have to change anything. Now that I know that it is all bullshit, I can operate better in it. And the people who operate the best in it, right? Like the politicians and the CEOs and all that, you're like, well, yeah, they're hurting people and they're doing this and they're doing that and blah 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 blah. They're under the understanding that you can find this information, that you already know it's a legal fiction, and you should be able to protect yourself. That's the thought that these people are operating under. Because if everybody's in on it, then it's fine, right? So what's the solution? The solution is to operate in the public realm like the public realm has no obligation to tell you the truth, right? If somebody says the word fact, oh, that's a fact, understand that it can be a fact about fiction and therefore meaningless in real life. You can even define how you see life. Like you have your private realm, right? God's realm, the real life realm. You could do real life versus reality, right? I call it the bullshit machine because that works for me. But you can call it whatever you want. Just differentiate between real life, right? God's real life. I'm real. My beard's real. The trees are real. The dog's real. The grass is real. The sky is real. The sun is real. All of that, like God's food, that's all real. It grows from the earth. Man can't build that. Man can't make that, right? And then your reality, which is the simulation, the digital version, the information that you base your decisions on, right? You base your choices on facts and information and all of this stuff. And if you understand that nobody is under any obligation to tell you the truth, you can navigate that reality, that simulation better, right? You might be asking, like, oh, why is this guy making this video? Listen, I fall for things sometimes. I had to wake up from something, right? And I don't like to see people fall for things when it's unnecessary. So I'll make this video, and there's a few of you who will see it and go, oh my, that's thanks, I appreciate that. And there's some who call me a moron, and that's fine. But for you people that see it and be like, oh man, that makes a lot of sense, you're going to take this and you're going to be like, man, I'm going to be able to operate in the public realm better because I know that I'm not a victim of anything, right? Nobody's lying to me. It's just they're the author of that story. You walk into a store, right? I walk into a Target, they ask me to put on a mask. They're the authors, they're the authority, right? That's why you have to wear a mask in Target, okay? Target's the authority in that situation. Okay. Now, lawfully, you can make Target change their mind because a corporation, they're a dead entity. They don't actually exist, and Target is basically a stack of papers, and you can win that case because you're the living man or living woman. But just understand that when you're in the public realm, you're in their world, and nobody owes you anything. And you'll be able to navigate it better. You won't be so reliant on it. You won't be so dependent on it. Could you imagine being dependent? Of course you can, because you were probably your whole life up until a few years ago. But could you imagine being dependent on the people telling you that we went to the moon, and the people telling you that fucking Florida's going to be underwater because of climate change, and the people telling you all of this nonsense? Could you imagine being in that realm still where those dudes were fucking telling you what to do? No, you can't. But can you also imagine being able to operate in that realm without any anger or fear or like somebody like a victim, right? With victimhood. So take this information, fucking rip the victimhood right out of your fucking chest, and you go fucking kick the system's ass. Or don't kick the system's ass. It's just a bullshit machine. Just don't let it write your story if that's what you want to do. Or know that you're letting it write your story. And then just accept that and stop complaining about everything. Okay? Okay. Watch out for that bullshit machine, kids. It's under no obligation to tell you any truth.